post-trade, there's some questionings around whether DeMar DeRozan is a part of the future of this team. Now, we all know, right, realistically speaking, I think that we're all in on moving on from DeMar, finding some way to allow him to go to somewhere else. Not because we think he's a bad player, just because we're ready to start and try and figure out, okay, what is the next version of this team?
Yes.
But none of us believe the Bulls were on board with that.
That's a fact.
Which I think is more what brings this question up. DeMar DeRozan not being in the Bulls' plans. If this is the case, what is the best case scenario to replace that production next season? What is the Bulls' next move to, whether it's just allowing Kobe White to cook and finding some other position to add on to? What is the Bulls' next move if they do move on from a DeMar DeRozan?
Start with JC. I already know what this man's going to do.
Oh, yeah, PK. You know what I'm going to do.
He's in on Zach LaVine here.
No. He knows.
Can he sell you on?
Can I sell you on Patrick Williams' ascension, baby? He's a dog. Oh!
Definitely not a dog.
Are you kidding me?
He's definitely not a dog.
Well, hey, look. All I'm saying is, if you get one guy out the way, maybe he might take a little rise, like we all expected.
Yep.
You know, maybe get his value for being a number 4 pick, and everything will work out just fine.
Can I do this? I'm gonna sell you on something. It happened today, and
You lost 2 people.
yeah. DeMar DeRozan, one of my favorite players, mid-range assassin. I love his game. Very Kobe-esque, Mike X, all that stuff, right? But OG Anunoby just opted out. He's a free agent. He's a 26-year-old player.
Oh, absolutely.
He's absolutely is what we wanted P. Will to be in some respects.
New
I
York,
can see
right?
us throwing a bag at him, but
New York?
He's on it.
yeah.
New York,
He's
okay.
and again, they had a good season. He was a trade. Don't get me wrong. Maybe he didn't want to be there. Regardless, I could see him being someone the Bulls go after to kind of replace that. You go young and you start developing that team as is.
The problem with that is, in theory, the Bulls don't have money. The Bulls have money to re-sign DeMar DeRozan because he's currently on this team. That money does not carry over if DeMar DeRozan is not on this team. If you just let DeMar walk, you would probably have to sign and trade DeMar DeRozan. Do you want to pay OG Anunoby $80 million for 2 years?
Yes.
Ugh, no,
Yes.
I'm okay.
Yes.
40 mil a year for OG Anunoby? No, because that just puts you in a bad position that you're already in.
Because that's where the money's going. Listen, Kobe White's contract is a freaking
it's a steal, 110%.
Like he's
But
underpaid, it's ridiculous.
But that doesn't mean to overpay for a player that's not going to have nearly as big of an impact on you. The reason that OG Anunoby is available and he's out there, yes, there are people that are going to offer him contracts, but OG Anunoby is just Canadian Chris Middleton. He's not even Canadian, but he spent so much time in Toronto. You know what I mean? When you look by the game by games, phenomenal defender.
Yeah.
Offensively, guess what?
And stat guy,
You
how much
can't rely
does
on
Chris Middleton get paid?
$40 million.
$40 million.
But let's keep it a buck. And every year we say what? This man is overpaid.
Dog. I don't think he's overpaid. I think he's appropriately paid for what he does. I think that's where the money is.
I think he's finally gotten to the point where he's not overpaid.
Chris Middleton's
been making $40 million a year for a couple years now.
3 years, $93 million, so a little under that, 31 a year. 31 a year salary base.
That was his extension. That's not what he originally signed to, I don't think.
Nah, it was like, I think one.
That or maybe it was front loaded or back loaded. I don't have the numbers in front of me. I had them, and then a TV just exploded in the back, and we don't know what happened anymore. But no, I think here's the thing for me. When I look at the DeMar DeRozan situation, to me, this is you just clean slate. Don't bring on baggage that you don't want to realistically have on your team.
For sure.
That's my thing. Don't bring on baggage that you don't need on your team.
I think it's whoever you get. I'm thinking of the same direction as we went with Caruso. This is a 35-year-old player. Even though he's going to give you a good 25 points per game as the primary scorer on your team, I think the days are now kind of long in the tooth for us to be keeping these guys that are not contributing for the future. I hope that the Bulls continue to look to the future and build around Kobe. You got Giddey in here. and hopefully we can build off of whatever other trades come with DeMar. I don't mind who we get back as long as they contribute and fill a good role in this team.
And that's the part that I think is tough, right? That's the part where when you're sitting there looking at the future of this team, you do have to have this season. In my mind, you need to take this season.
You got to tank one. You got to suck one season.
Not tank. But this is the season. This is the season for you to go out there and try and show me something. Prove it to me. The Patrick Williams point.
Wait,
the fourth overall pick. He became the fourth overall pick and immediately became the fifth option on the team. Right? It's not exactly a conducive environment for you to succeed in.
Which makes my point.
Refresh my memory. What is the option with DeMar? Is it that he can be? Is there an option?
You re-sign him or you let him walk?
There's no. You can do a sign and trade.
You can do a sign and trade as well.
That's what I was getting to.
The new CBA limits some things that you can do with that, though.
You can still sign him to $80 million, though. You can sign him to an 82-year. The deal that was proposed to DeMar was a 2-year, $80 million deal, and then you could sign and trade him to whoever you want. The part that's tough about that is where he probably wants to go is probably the Lakers or the Clippers or maybe an OKC, maybe somebody that's out west. They ain't really got.
Rui Hachimura was another player I would take because Rui is also 26. I think that anytime you look at what he can do, you always have to keep in mind that he's coming behind LeBron James. That offense is built for LeBron. It's a whole different thing right there. He's also coming behind Anthony Davis. He won't have that issue in Chicago.
You also have to keep him.
I don't think that'll work for the Lakers though. Like
it won't work for their new head coach.
He loves DeMar.
And I was going.
JJ loves DeMar.
I mean, it's cool. Everybody loves DeMar. I mean, it's about the fit. I mean, when you look at it, right, even then, say you do make that deal, if you're going forward with that, you're talking about possibly you're talking about LeBron, AD, and then you got DeRozan. I mean, if LeBron
nobody's shooting in them.
Who's gonna be shooting?
Well, you still got Austin Reeves.
I mean, but you got to think about you have to think about the fit and the long-term additions of that, right? Because then after that, say LeBron retires, then you still got DeMar. AD's probably gonna try to win a championship. He's gonna ask out. So where does that leave JJ then?
I'm basing this all of what JJ mentioned, and this is kind of speculated of how he was going to play Anthony Davis. A lot of things were going to be focused on Anthony Davis and flow through him. He wanted to play LeBron more off ball, which, hey, listen, they have a whole podcast together. I'm pretty sure they've had that conversation. And if you really think about it, LeBron has always needed someone like a DeMar who can get his own bucket, take over, win a quarter or two to allow him to actually rest and things of that nature. It's no different here. If you actually look at it, hey, listen, the Lakers had Carmelo Anthony. I'm sorry, at this stage of their career, DeMar DeRozan is better than Carmelo Anthony. If you look at the late stages of their careers, like what they got Carmelo for, he can absolutely do in spades, and he can still run a second.
Yeah, but Carmelo can shoot the three.
DeMar's getting better.
DeMar,
realistically, I get what you're saying.
DeMar is 35% from three at year.
I get you.
15 of his career, 16 of his career. Like that's what he's gonna be, guys.
But you don't need necessarily.
He's not Jay Kidd in this.
He doesn't need like another. Like they're gonna find ways to get another sharpshooter. But he needs someone who can create plays for themselves, be able to get a bucket by themselves. He didn't have a lot of that outside of AD.
I mean, listen, I love the thought that JJ Redick is going to run things through Anthony Davis, but I think on their podcast they already said how they're going to run things. He did a segment where he basically talked about how when you shoot in the first 8 seconds of the shot clock. Teams are doing it at a higher clip than ever now. It's a 44% completion percentage shooting within the first 8 seconds of the shot clock because teams aren't expecting it. The Lakers aren't a team that is built to do that right now. So I expect some changes to come in that would speak to that. They also said, they also pointed to what LeBron does in that situation. He says, if this is you right here and you're shooting in the first 8 seconds of the shot clock at a 44 to 38% clip, right? What does that do for you? Now everybody's playing in space. Now that opens things up for LeBron to drive, have AD down low, stuff like that. I expect the Lakers to be a team that's putting up the three ball at a high clip this season.
Also, because the thing, the thing that I was going to point to it as well, even when JJ always talks, the main thing he always talks about is it's a mathematics game. Threes are always going to win over twos.
Yeah.
He values the two. But you can see right now in terms of his X's and O's, just not even him coaching, they're definitely going to be able to put up the three. So I'm really interested to see what they do, but I don't think DeMar would be a good fit. Especially for them.
I think we're also discrediting the fact that LeBron plays 1 through 5, and LeBron is also shooting 40% from three last season.
I hear you, but we know where LeBron is going to be. Like at this point, I don't know that. I don't think JJ would change where LeBron is going to be. We've seen one coach try to change where LeBron is going to be, and halfway through the season, they end up putting him right back where he's always been. He's a point guard.
I don't think LeBron has ever.
He's a 6'8" point guard.
Besides Ty Lue, I don't think LeBron's ever had a coach that's willing to challenge him like JJ is, and I'm willing to see what.
Right, that's like. The carousel, right?
He's too old.
No, but see, like
to change anything.
And here's the thing: this is where I actually give LeBron a lot of praise. His game has changed the last 2 years.
Oh, his game has changed the last 10 years
tremendously. He's a
he's
shooter.
A better shooter than he was when he first.
He's a
shooter
that's for
with
sure.
The worst move in basketball, bro.
Fam, it's so slow.
Hey, do it go win.
Because I'm gonna look at my hand for 2 seconds and it's in hand. But here's the thing.
Hey, never has he driven off of that move, bro. Legitimately, never have I seen him here and take it and go. I've never seen him do it.
LeBron added Hezzy to his game right now. Best player in the league, bro. That's what I promise you right now. He's gonna get everybody jumping out the gym.
But no,
Magic Malone.
I think that when you talk about the DeMar situation, I wonder about a team like the Lakers if they would really be in on that. I think you got to look at some of those teams that maybe are a little bit younger. Could Memphis be in the mix because you just need somebody who's a legit go out and get a guy? Could Minnesota be in the mix, especially after OKC added Alex Caruso? They got to add. They have no choice.
That's a good
OKC
team.
Just put the pressure on Minnesota.
That
you get better.
Nice team.
They just like to me, it's like, oh snap! Like, and I think those are the two at the top of the West that are really going at it. Like, those are the two where it's like, all right, we just made a move. Now, how are you going to counter this? Because we finally got somebody who, can he stop Anthony Edwards? Absolutely not. But I saw him here in Chicago make his day really difficult. Anthony Edwards had like 25 on like 9 of 22 shooting.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like those are the things where you're going to see teams start to play the chess game in the Western Conference. I wonder if we see one of those smaller teams do it, or if you look at the Eastern Conference where we know the Bulls are willing to help other teams get better than them. Do you see maybe another trade with a team like Orlando who just needs another pure bucket on that team where they go, we got some people that we can get rid of, and here's some picks.
One
and
of the most slept on teams have made the playoffs. No one even mentions Paulo and what they did. I can see them doing some damage.
Hey, bro, am I? Now I know this sounds crazy. Everybody breathe. Take a second. Take a second. Am I the only one that sees LeBron and Paulo? Am I the only one that sees LeBron?
I'm sorry.
It's Melo.
Hey,
I see Carmelo.
I don't see Melo because Paulo is a phenomenal facilitator.
So
he plays on both ends.
So is Melo when he wants to be.
Melo was not a phenomenal facilitator. Melo wasn't passing the ball. What are you talking about?
Hey,
Melo has literally gone on interviews and said, if I pass you this ball,
no, I'm saying
you pass it back.
And a mind jumper that has told,
but you better make it.
Has told us multiple times. He said, "Hey, I know you practice that 10 times out of 10. When I get that, I'm shooting that."
No. What did Amon say? He said, Melo, I was wide open. You had 3 dudes on you. He said, but I practiced that shot.
I practiced that shot. I practiced that. I'm shooting that.
I don't see Melo and Paulo at all. To me, I see LeBron, bro.
I don't see LeBron.
Man, the facilitating, the ability to be 6'11" and take it off of the glass and run the show, pick what you want to do. And to me, and how he's able to pull up.
That kid's a beast, dog.
Paulo's a monster, bro.
That kid's a beast.
Get out of Orlando. There's no way you'll be successful there.
That's high praise.
I got a place across the.
Oh, here we go.
Across the
Miami. I honestly think that
you don't even know what it's across. You don't even know what it's across. I got a place across.
We in South Florida.
It's 4 hours.
Is there a lake? Is there a river? What is it? I got a place across.
Hey,
go ahead. Go ahead and do what you got to do.
In the Eastern Conference, that's not a play-in team. I see LeBron in it. I do. You look at the stats, you look at the splits. That's a take.
I like this thing. Joshua Simmons said, "I'm sorry, but I don't see Bron like you don't develop into LeBron." I do agree with that. You don't develop into LeBron.
We also talking about people. I don't know how old you are. You may be older, and forgive me, but young LeBron was a lot like Paulo.
Well, yeah, the young LeBron was facilitating and dunking.
Was a lot.
He was facilitating and dunking, and was like, "We're gonna get you that jump shot," and then he got a jump shot. And it was like, "Uh oh."
In fact, you all go back and look at don't be a stat warrior, but like go back and look at the actual film. You know, LeBron was a high volume shooter at one point.
Yeah. I don't know, man. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. What do you think the Bulls do if their plan is to move on from DeMar DeRozan? I think that I'm not mad at JC's assessment of P. Will. I am mad that we have to go to P. Will. But I think that here's my thing about next season. If you go into next season and you're good. Right? The dumbest thing in the world to me is people like, what if Josh Giddey's good and we got to pay him?
You pay him.
Pay him. Perfect. Here we go. All right, we got it. We're good.
I hate people.
He's going to be expensive. That's why you pay him. That's the point of it. What if Kobe White wants to restructure his contract because he's really good? You pay him. He should. You got him at a steal, right? And you're going to be having that conversation tomorrow. Or next year, I should say.
End of next year, yeah, you got an extra year.
You got to have that conversation next year. Basically.
No, his contract.
He got a 3 year. I got 3 year.
He got 3 year, right?
He got a 3
He got 2 years on it because it kicks in this year, right? Because this was his last year of his first rookie deal, isn't it?
No, we had to re-sign him. He was on his last year's rookie deal. Yeah, last year for him was year 5.
I'm wrong.
Last year for him was year 5. But I think that I'm fine with paying people that are good if they prove they're good. I'm fine with paying P. Will the minimal. I'm not paying him. I give you an Ayo Dosunmu contract.
Yeah.
Because he have a contract. I give you 10 mil to go see if he's any good. Fine with that.
People keep forgetting that when he was healthy, this man played a whole season before he got hurt and averaged 10, over 40% three-pointers. Like you wanted him for the 3-and-D. Now you move these guys out the way. You're going to get more production.
We wanted him to be the face of the franchise.
What I'm saying is what his role was on this team.
I hope you have my back like you have P. Will back.
Like you got Kirk's back.
Hey, listen, I promise you, if you don't have my back like you have P. Will back, I'm gonna be real upset.
I got you, my guy. Hey,
sorry. Who's that?
Me and you to the end, PK.
There we go. Me and you, baby.
It's like, what's going on? Oh, double sexy.
Double
Here we
back.
go. Hey, now. Foul.
Is this an Andy Warhol?
I don't know what's going on, dog.
Right
Hey,
now?
cropping that.
Bad scientist.
I'm cropping that. I need a haircut, though.
Lazy hand over this.
Yo, what?
I hit some of the backs.
I'm gonna just say this about P. Will, though. I mean, he gave me Obi Toppin stats in more minutes.
I know that was our argument.
Yeah.
Hey, Obi Toppin had 13 less minutes per game.
I hear you.
1 less point. That's all I'm saying.
I hear you.
I mean, listen. Here's my thing with it. Situations to me are different. Yes, he got the minutes, but we know that he wasn't the focal point of that offense. We know he wasn't the one getting the majority of those shots.
Was on the Knicks when he did that. All they got is forwards.
He was on the what?
On the Knicks.
Oh.
I thought I heard something else too.
Hey, I got nervous. He was on what? But no, I just think here's my thing. If you prove that you're worth more and you get more and all that, we'll pay you more when you get there. I'm fine paying young players that prove something. P. Will been the same dude for 4 years. He went from 9 points a game to 10 points a game. It's not improvement.
Nice increase, baby.
That mean he got an extra free throw.
Nice increase.
You know what I mean? That mean he got an extra free throw.
You all
took one extra shot.
Yeah, I mean, so it's like it doesn't do nothing for me. Lamar's always like, well, he's an elite defender. He's always no.
Who's our best defender?
Hey, bro,
who's our best defender?
Alex Caruso.
We just traded.
I thought you meant right now.
No, but even right now, Ayo Dosunmu, he's still not our best defender.
Was he our best rebounder?
No, definitely not.
Jesus. Okay.
He's not our best anything. He was our best 3-point shooter for a while.
Best rebound.
You guys are
Ayo Dosunmu. What's Ayo shooting?
Actually, Andre Drummond is not under contract and is probably leaving.
I understand that.
Yeah, he's leaving.
For the season, we had one of the best rebounders. Period, and didn't use him right.
He also was in foul trouble.
Andre Drummond get it. Yeah, like Muzz love to say that. Andre like F himself up.
For sure.
I can't wait for him.
I've been saying that though. He got 1 or 2 plays that he be doing that's nice, and then the minute he do it, he think he can do it again.
Yeah.
And then it's an offensive foul. He like get a tech on top. But there's a lot of wildness with Drum, but I do love Drum. No, but here's my thing. You win this year, you got your answers. If you're bad this year, you got a top 25 pick.
What's win to you? What is that equate?
Make the play.
If you make the playoffs for real.
Not the play-in.
Not the play-in.
Seven
I'll say this.
I said play-in.
If you make the play-in and it's like how it was this season
in the West.
No, like in the East. Well, you can't play like that in the West.
No,
they don't have teams that good.
In the East, the 10th seed was like shouldn't have even been thought of. But
they got the first overall pick.
In the West, I think the 10th seed had like 45.
I'm not even saying that because I think you're making a ton of drastic changes. Right? You're getting rid of basically all of the vets. Not the vets, but you're getting rid of all of the older players on this team that were the most relied on. You're moving on from Zach LaVine. You're moving on from DeMar DeRozan, probably.
Yeah.
Do you keep Vooch? Maybe, but is he a real part of your equation? Probably not. I would think probably not, right? So I think that there is that equation of
change.
How do you adjust to the change? How quickly does that happen? You can start off the season struggling a little bit, and then by the end of the season, you hit your groove and you're able to go. I think win to me is a different conversation with the young guys in year one of here's the team, figure it out.
So you're not expecting a 500 record.
I would say 500. What were they this year? 37 and 42? Wasn't that their record this year?
No, it was 39 and
But don't
43.
we think that Giddey, his type of skill set,
39 and 43,
as a better facilitator, will be able to make maybe some other players a little bit better? It might. If you're saying that,
I do.
Yes.
If you think that the P. Will situation is better because now you have someone like Giddey,
it's because of Giddey.
Will it make him better? So he go. What does he average? What does P. Will average a game right now?
10.2.
Yeah.
So does he go to
4.
15 points a game, which is still not great, but that's
the right. That's a big step in the right direction. 15 points a game, you're a big part of the game plan.
Not being the primary scorer. Also, keep that in mind. He's not going to be the number one option. 15 is pretty good.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
So not that I'm champion for P. Will, because I would have liked to see more out of him. Period, coming out as the number 4 pick, regardless. Just something that you made a statement, said why I'm supposed to be here versus I'm just a good glue guy, bench player. I don't like that.
I just hope that if the Bulls do move on from DeMar, I hope that it's finally one of those things where, okay, DeMar's not here, and then P. Will just gets the hoop. Because if it's just one of those things, then fine. But as of right now, I'm out on him. I've been out on him for a minute now, but I mean, listen. Hopefully, Josh Giddey will be able to, get him to where he needs to go.
Yeah, I know how I feel about it. I said he is a bust. It's at this point to me.
The funny thing about it all is when you don't have stars on your team anymore, the other guys, what are they gonna do? Just run up and down the floor for cardio? Or they just getting active? He's going to have an increase in production up.
You gotta say it right. It's getting active
and stuff like that. Yeah, but like that doesn't mean that he's that caliber of player. We've seen plenty of times where someone on a bad team put up good numbers, but you really put them with people really in that rim who are really like that, they're not that good. We've seen that plenty of times. So you said who?
Jeremy Grant.
Nah, Jeremy Grant a bucket.
I think he's nice, but I don't think he's what he looked like because he was on a bum team and he really was good. Then he goes to another team and he's kind of like,
your shots change, your production changes.
Yeah, but I think that's what we're talking about, right? Is that your role changes?
Yeah, your role goes up.
Yeah,
when your role goes up, it does change things. It does make things better. So
I'm sorry, Jeremy Grant been a 20-point.
No, Jeremy Grant's nice.
Yeah, but Jeremy Grant in Detroit was a much different scorer than he was when he was with Portland, and you had Dame and all of them on the team. He was
21 points a game last season.
What team is he
on? Portland.
Okay.
Portland.
Why?
Dame's not there anymore.
Because Dame's not there and everyone's dead.
And Scoot sucked.
Whole team was terrible.
He played one season with Dame. He still averaged 21 points a game.
Yeah, he did well.
He's been giving you the same stat. He hasn't really dipped at all. Of course, when you have a Dame, you're going to have more shots and stuff like that. That's clear. You're going to see a dip in that. That happens to even the greats. Look at Michael Jordan, what we're going to segue into. His numbers dipped when he got Horace Grant and Scottie Pippen. He didn't average 37 points a game. He averaged 35. But still, you know what I'm saying? Still, maybe they fluffed that number too.
Somebody fluffing something?
You know what? Let's pivot into that real quick.
I appreciate y'all for tuning in and showing love. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page. We do got to keep the Jordan conversation going because there is an interesting article out here, and I want to get everybody's thoughts on this.